this price point, picking the wrong suburb is a financial disaster. This video today is going to answer one question, and that is which West Metro luxury suburb is right for you. We are breaking down the 6 West Metro suburbs that have a single family home price of $800,000 or more. We're going to talk about some market data, the feels, and the key differences that can save you from choosing the wrong luxury market. All right, well, we have 6 luxury suburbs to get through today, so we are going to get right into it. And make sure you stay with me till the end, because in my experience, the last place I'm going to cover is the one that most people have not heard of, and it might just be the best of the bunch. So we're going to get going, and we are going to get right into it. Number one, and I think probably surprising no one on West Metro suburbs, is going to be lovely Excelsior, Minnesota. So Excelsior is going to be about 20 miles west, a little bit south of downtown Minneapolis. It's a pretty easy shot to get there. There's a lot of major highways that will take you there. Excelsior is going to be served by the Minnetonka School District, which means you can take a lot of solace in knowing you are getting a top 3 district year in and year out in this state. Now, a little bit more about Excelsior proper. Excelsior is going to be the smallest of the bunch of our 6 luxury communities, with just about 2,000 residents. And that is part of what makes Excelsior so unique. It is a very small city with huge name recognition. One of my favorite things about Excelsior, and I do spend a lot of time there, and it is very intentional, is the walkability. Out of the 6 luxury suburbs we are going to cover today, none of them at all can hold a candle to the walkability of Excelsior. 2,000 people, and the footprint is also relatively small. You've got Water Street, which runs right down the main drag through Excelsior. And on Water Street, you will find all kinds of boutique shopping, great restaurants, bars, restaurants. Excelsior has a great live music scene. There is just tons to do on Water Street. And that's something that the West Metro in general just really suffers from, if I can get on my soapbox, is having, main streets, walkability, some places that have a little bit of soul and feel. Well, I can tell you, Excelsior absolutely crushes that walkability. Median single-family home value is going to be about $875,000. Not on the cheap end, of course, but wait till you see what we have coming up. And Excelsior is going to give you premier access to Lake Minnetonka. It is going to give you that walkability. It's going to give you that small town charm and that small town feel. Now, some things you also need to know about Excelsior. Excelsior is definitely what I would call a proper resort town. Okay, that means in the summer, this town of 2,000 people, it gets a lot bigger. So in the summer, just know you're going to have a lot more people to contend with. Parking can definitely become a challenge, and yeah, you can find some crowds from time to time. Who Excelsior is not going to be for, if you are somebody who wants a big yard, more of that estate style luxury, a place like Orono or one of our places coming up might be a better fit for you. But if you want that great school district, you want premier access to Lake Minnetonka, you want great walkability and one of the hippest towns in the state, Excelsior needs to be high on the radar. Well, from Excelsior, we are going to slide just a little bit east, and I think of all of the luxury suburbs we are going to talk about today, this is going to be the most well-known of the bunch. It's got national brand name recognition, my friends, and I am talking about lovely Edina, Minnesota, which is just directly south of Minneapolis itself. Part of the appeal of Edina is exactly that, is its premier access to Minneapolis and all the amenities that come with that. So let's chat about Edina. Edina is going to be a lot bigger than Excelsior. Where Excelsior was something like 2,000 people, Edina is going to come in at right around 53,000 people. It's an educated bunch. 72% of Edina's population has a bachelor's degree or higher. And checking in on single-family home values, well, get ready to pick your jaw up off the floor. Edina is coming in at a median single-family home value at the moment of $900,000. And check this out. Average time on market for a single-family home in Edina at the moment is also just 15 days. So that very high price combined with the speed of that market definitely speaks to the desirability of Edina. definitely one of these places where you want to have your ducks in a row, have an agent, and get in quickly because things move fast, even though they're expensive in Edina. Edina comes with the Edina School District, very similar to Excelsior. Do your own research, but what you're going to find is in the state of Minnesota, we usually have Wayzata School District, Minnetonka, and Edina are usually jockeying for the top 3 positions. So again, you're moving to Edina, you're going to get Edina School District. That is a fantastic school district, one of the best in the state. As I mentioned, the other thing that comes with Edina is you are just on the southern edge of Minneapolis, which means the average commute time for Edina is just about 15 to 20 minutes. You're right on the edge of the cities, which means you get all of the amenities. Edina is also right on the edge of Minneapolis's famous chain of lakes, that being, Medina, Mecosta, Calhoun, Harriet, Brownie Lake, and Lake of the Isles. I'm always proud of myself when I can name all 5. So you're just a hop, skip, and a jump from Minneapolis's famous chain of lakes right out your back doorstep. You have the 50th and France area, you've got Brainerd Golf Course, you've got the Galleria, Southdale. If you're a big shopper, my friends, Edina is definitely a place to check out. Who Edina is not for. Edina is going to be somewhat similar to Excelsior you can find exceptions in Edina, but for the most part with Edina, they're going to be more typical neighborhoods. You don't have huge yards. You don't have that estate level luxury feel. You can find it in Edina, but it's not what it's known for. Edina is really good for those people who want that brand name suburb. They want that great school district, and they want a location that is second to none. Again, Minneapolis is right there. Edina brings a ton to the table itself. You've got Minneapolis Airport just off to the south. Edina is a very well-rounded, perhaps the most polished of the bunch. Before we go too much further, I should probably introduce myself. My name is Chris. I am real estate agent extraordinaire, lifelong West Metro resident, and this is what I do. I get out, I make these little videos, and I help people make a move from out of state all the time. If anything in this video piques your interest, please drop me a line. Let's get more details. Let's have a conversation. Contact information is all right here. It's also down below. Let's keep it on with our luxury tour. Well, we are gonna hop out of Edina and slide on over to something that sounds an awful lot like Edina, and that is going to be Medina. So Medina is going to be west and a little bit north, and it's going to be outside the Beltway here. And Medina is going to really start to feel a lot different than either Excelsior or Edina. So let's just chat about this. So first thing to know, Medina is going to be served primarily by the Wayzata School District. Much like Edina and Excelsior, you're getting one of the best in the state. There are portions of Medina served by the Delano School District. Delano, do your own research, but you will also find Delano, while not quite as highly rated as places like Wayzata School District, is still a very good school district. So what you are going to immediately notice about Medina when you compare it to places like Edina or Excelsior is Medina is really more about luxury with those big estates and space. If you are prioritizing space and privacy over convenience, Medina is definitely going to be a place that you need to check out. It's going to feel a lot more rural compared to any of these other suburbs. If you're one of these guys that wants a hobby farm, horses, some serious acreage, Medina is a great place to look. The other thing that's really notable about Medina compared to most everything else on this list is Medina is still one of these places where you can grab a new custom-built luxury home. Edina, Excelsior, Wayzata, places like that, they are pretty built up. So there is still significant new construction happening out in that Medina area. So if you want a new home, if you want acreage, some elbow room for the horses, Medina is going to be a place to look. Average single-family home value here comes in at almost 1.1 million. Population of Medina is going to be about 7,000. And, compared to places like Excelsior and Edina, not surprisingly, Medina is going to be much, much less walkable. Understand, if you're moving there, you need a car. It is absolutely a car-dependent layout. It does not have very much in the way of amenities as far as, fitness clubs, restaurants, things like that. So again, Medina, if you are prioritizing privacy, that estate-style luxury, you want wide open spaces and maybe a new home, Medina needs to be a place you're looking. Well, our next stop on our luxury tour, we are going to stay out west and we are going to slide just a little bit south of Medina, right up on the shores of Lake Minnetonka, and we are going to find ourselves in Orono, Minnesota. So let's talk about Orono. Orono, my friends, is the heavy hitter of the bunch when it comes to median single family home value. time I'm making this video, median single family home value out in Orono is almost 1.5 million. So they are the winner of the bunch here as far as value for single family home values. And Orono is actually going to feel and have an awful lot in common with Medina, which we just talked about. So take Medina and scoot it right up onto the shore of Lake Minnetonka, and you've got something here that feels pretty close to Orono. Orono's got about 7,000 people. It's served by the Orono School District, which again, do your own research, but you're going to see Orono's a very good, very highly rated district. And Orono is going to be the difference between Orono and Medina is Orono, like I mentioned, is very much literally right on the shores of Lake Minnetonka. So, well, in Medina, you get these big, more country style estates with acreage, land, country. You get a lot of that same feel in Orono. You just get it much closer to the lake, and you will find in Orono some of these estate style homes that frankly Lake Minnetonka is famous for. These $5, $6, $7, $10 million, $15 million massive sweeping mansions, these absolutely beautiful estates dotting the shore of Lake Minnetonka. You're gonna find a lot of that in Orono. Downside to Orono, again, is gonna be real similar to Medina. Luxury here in Orono is about space, it's about privacy, it's about prestige. It is not about convenience, and it is not about walkability. So if you are in Orono, again, it's a car-dependent layout. Big lots, you're gonna be spread out in a lot of places in Orono from your neighbor. It's not really the kind of place where the kids all get together and play on the cul-de-sac in the street. Orono's big lots, spread out, privacy on the lake. So, something to keep in mind, if you want those big lakefront estates, if you want privacy and you're willing to sacrifice a little bit of convenience to get it, Orono's another one of these places that needs to be on the radar. All right, well, we are going to hop back in the car here from Orono. We are going to go just a little bit east, right back down the shores of Lake Minnetonka, and we are going to make our next stop here in Wayzata, Minnesota. And Wayzata is probably the highest profile luxury market, I would say, in the Twin Cities, definitely on this list. So let's chat a little bit about Wayzata. Wayzata is similar to Excelsior in a lot of ways. It's going to be a destination place. Unlike Orono, unlike Medina, where there's not a whole lot of amenities, restaurants, things like that, Wayzata is the opposite. Wayzata has Lake Street, which runs right downtown the length of Wayzata, right next to the lake. And Lake Street is fantastic. You will find all kinds of high-end boutique shopping. You will find some of the best restaurants. You will find all kinds of bars, drink, patio places where you can get out, sit out, and lounge over the lake, watch the boats, watch the people. They've got a fantastic over-the-water boardwalk they just finished up a couple of years ago. Honestly, Wayzata is one of my favorite spots in the metro to spend some time just because it's so beautiful, it's clean, it's safe, and there is always just so much going on here. Like I mentioned, it's going to have a very similar feel to Excelsior. It can get a lot busier in the summer, and it gets a lot busier on the weekends than it will during the week. So that's just something to be aware of. And luxury in Wayzata, when you contrast it to places like Orono or places like Medina, luxury in Wayzata is much less about seclusion, and it is much more about prestige, visibility, and frankly being right in the center of that Lake Minnetonka orbit. And if you're in the West Metro, Lake Minnetonka is the orbit out here, so Wayzata is absolutely right in the center of that. It's for the people that want luxury living, you want walkability, you want high-end amenities right at your doorstep. If that's you, Wayzata is going to bring all of those things to the table. Wayzata is a little bit older community. Average resident there is 59 years old. My sneaky guess is that has something to do with the cost of just getting in there, but just something to keep on the radar. To be honest with you, I other than the cost, if you can stomach the 1.2 million that it costs you to get a single family home in Wayzata, I personally can't tell you much that I don't like about it. It's beautiful, it's on the lake, there's tons to do. Great place to be. Well, we are at the last stop on our tour, and I told you if you stuck around with me till the end, I'd show you kind of a sleeper. Now, in my experience working with even local buyers, but especially out-of-staters, people are aware of places like Wayzata and Edina, even Excelsior to some degree. In my experience, most people, out-of-staters and locals alike, Deephaven falls off the radar. So we're going to chat about Deephaven because Deephaven is an awesome place, and if you are looking for that luxury feel in the Twin Cities, boy, Deephaven needs to be on the radar. So Deephaven is going to be, frankly, Deephaven is right on the western edge of Minnetonka, and it's going to be, you know, just a little bit south of Excelsior. And luxury in Deephaven feels quiet, it feels established, it feels old money. Wayzata is going to be a lot more flashy and hip, trendy. They want you to know about it. Deephaven is the opposite. It's very quiet, it's very reserved, it's not flashy, and that is part of the appeal for its residents. Deephaven itself, 4,000 residents, it is almost entirely residential. I think there's 1 or 2 restaurants right on the edge of Deephaven, but that's the way these people want it, and that is part of the appeal. Tucked right on the shores of Lake Minnetonka, big lots, fantastic real estate, and then you get this very cozy, residential, very tightly knit community. If you walk through Deephaven and ask people how long they've been here or when they want to move, the answer is always forever and never. People tend to get there and they tend to stay. It's kind of got this very almost cottagey vibe about it, especially in the summer. You can find parts of Deephaven where you've got Lake Minnetonka on both sides. Just an absolutely beautiful spot. Of all the places we've talked about, this is going to be the sleeper off the radar. It's going to be the one people don't think about, doesn't have the name recognition of Edina or Wayzata, but if you like that quiet, residential, private luxury, give Deephaven a look. Served by the Minnetonka School District, so you've got a great school. Downside to Deephaven, if there is one to me, Deephaven itself within the community is pretty walkable. Quiet streets, it's nice to walk, it's beautiful, but you're gonna find you can't really get anywhere. You can't walk to get a coffee, you can't walk to a restaurant, you can't walk to the store. So Deephaven within the community, walkable, but if you wanna get out, realistically, Deephaven, you're gonna need a car. I like it feels private, siphoned off a little bit from the rest of the metro. I love that feel about it, but if you want that more inclusive feel, if you want that busier feel that you're gonna get in Excelsior or Wayzata, then Deephaven might not be the best fit for you. But other than that, man, have Deephaven on the radar. A lot of people don't know about it, and it's awesome. Well, that is going to be our list of 6 luxury suburbs. What'd you think? Locals, what do you think? For your money, if you're picking a West Metro luxury suburb, where you're going? I am always curious to hear the comparison and thoughts on Excelsior versus Wayzata, because they are extremely similar in a lot of ways, but they have very different vibes. You know, if I was picking my favorite on this list, I'm really looking at 3 of these places. I'm looking at Excelsior, I'm looking at Wayzata, and I'm looking at Deephaven. Personally, Medina, too far off the lake for me. I love being near that water. I love the excitement and buzz that both Excelsior and Wayzata have. There's a ton going on. Deephaven just has this feel of exclusivity, and I can tell you, people just drive right by it and have no idea what they're missing. You get the lake right there. It's just a beautiful, beautiful place. So thanks for watching. If you guys have questions, comments, if you want more information on one of these places, obviously this is a pretty quick spin through all of these places. Contact information is right here. It is also down below. Reach out. Let's have a conversation. Happy to chat more, answer questions about some of the data, vibe, anything else that may be on your mind. Thanks for watching. If you found the video helpful, please give me a like. My name is Chris, and I will see you on the next video real soon.